The magnetic lasso can be a little touchy once in a while making selections around areas that have similar tones, like the white on white here, sort of. So I'm going to use the quick selection brush, which is, if you hold this down, you have the quick selection brush right here, not the quick selection tool, but the quick selection brush is what I want. If I choose that, and I'm going to just actually make a quick selection just of this panel here, just in the interest of time. I'm not going to do the whole cup. If I zoom in, again, you want to be zoomed in for more accuracy with your mouse and more control. And I'm just going to go over here like this, and let's start about here. And you can actually let this run down here fairly quickly along the edge, and we will refine that edge a little bit later. And the nice thing with this is I can just do areas of it like this without having to reposition right away. So I just go along here, and I'm doing up here. I'm going to make my brush smaller using the left and right square bracket, the left square bracket key. I can make a selection up into this area up here, and let's go up here. Now if I zoom in here again, I'm going to have much more control up here, and reposition with my space bar down, and I can do a much better job along here if I'm zoomed in. Try and keep that in mind. You want to be zoomed in for much finer control and much more accuracy with your mouse and working tools like this. And I'll do it like that. I'll just run along here real quick to catch that edge a little better. And let's move over here once. And I'll make a bigger brush and try and run along here. And we can just continue that process. I may not even do the entire panel right now because in the interest of time, I'm just going to show you some things you can do here with this to speed your work up in the future too. But I'm doing this, and again I'm going to make my brush smaller here to get into the corner, space bar to reposition, and bring it up into the corner, catch all of that area, and let's say I go down to here, and let's say I make an intentional mistake right here. Okay, I'm just going to catch all this area here, but I don't want this here. Okay, with Windows on a PC, all you need to do is I go here, hold my Alt key down, and go out here and wipe over this, and it brings it back to where I want it. So I can go over again and catch it, smooth it out there. Here maybe I want to catch a little more, so I just run along like that, catch a little more here to get that edge cleaned up. Here I missed some, so I'm just going to run along here again real quick and catch that like that. Okay, bear in mind I'm zooming in on this thing, on this cup, to a fairly good percentage, so this is going to be plenty accurate for your selection right here as you're seeing it like this, because it's going to be very difficult to get it right on the pixel by pixel that you want. Here I got too much again. I'm going to use my Alt key down and just clean up the edge of that selection like this. The nice thing with the quick selection brush is I can stop now, zoom in or zoom out and look at it, which I cannot do with the magnetic lasso. So this quick selection brush is a little more versatile tool in that respect. One other thing you can do at this point too is, well, let's just continue this and stop with that. I'll come back to it a little later. If you want to select big areas here, I can just zoom, make this brush bigger, and just grab large areas of this, like so. Make a little smaller brush to catch this up here. And let's do that. Okay, and we'll come back to the next video and refine edges here in just a second. So let's stop with that. But the quick selection brush is going to be a little easier to work with, I think, than magnetic lasso, in that it allows you a little more flexibility in working with the image and not having to go along the whole path all the way around it in one continuous motion.